Hello and welcome. We are about to embark on a breathtaking journey to the very edges of our continents, where the land meets the sea in a spectacular and often violent display of power and artistry. For millennia, the relentless forces of wind and water have been sculpting our planet's coastlines, creating formations so extraordinary they seem to defy imagination. These are the planet's great rock wonders, monuments of time. They inspire in us a profound sense of awe and connection to the forces that shaped our world. Let us travel together to these stunning coastlines. Imagine the salty spray on your face, the sound of waves crashing against colossal pillars of rock, the sight of the sun setting behind a natural arch that has stood for thousands of years. Our first destination takes us to the southern coast of Australia, along the famed Great Ocean Road. Here, battered by the full force of the Southern Ocean, stand the magnificent limestone stacks known as the 12 Apostles. They rise from the tumultuous surf like ancient weathered sentinels, guarding the continent's edge. Their presence is both dramatic and profoundly moving, a testament to the enduring power of nature. This is a coastline in constant dramatic flux. The ocean is a relentless artist. These colossal pillars were not placed here. They were revealed as cliffs were worn away. The ocean first carved deep caves into the cliff face, then arches, and eventually, the arches collapsed. Under constant attack from wind and waves, the arches would collapse, leaving isolated stacks. At sunrise, they are cast in soft, ethereal hues. At midday, their rugged textures stand revealed. At sunset, they burn in fiery shades. Seabirds nest on the stacks, and below the waves, complex reefs shelter marine life. A complete ecosystem. To stand on the viewing platforms and look out is to feel a connection to immense timescales. These are not merely rocks, they are storytellers, layered limestone containing the history of ancient seas. It is a process of creation and destruction, happening simultaneously before our very eyes. They are a poignant monument to the endless dance between land and sea. What we see today is but a snapshot in a geological story that stretches back into deep time. We now travel to the rugged Antrim coast of Northern Ireland. Here we find a geological marvel so strange and so perfectly ordered it seems almost artificial. A vast pavement of some 40,000 interlocking basalt columns steps down from cliffs into the sea. Walking the causeway is otherworldly. Steps, platforms, clusters polished by generations. Legend tells of two giants, Fionn McCumhale and Benandonner, and a causeway built in rage. The true story, 60 million years ago, molten basalt flowed and cooled to form hexagonal columns. Columns vary, 4, 5, 7, 8 sides, fitting together like crafted blocks. The organ rises like pipes. The wishing chair bears the marks of countless hands. Tidal pools, seaweed, anemones, small crustaceans, a microhabitat within monumental stone. It feels ancient, a direct link to the fiery heart of our planet, weathered by Atlantic air. On storm days, the wild Atlantic meets this ordered geometry in a breathtaking contrast. From order forged in fire to an arch remembered. Next, Malta's azure window. Our journey now takes us to the island of Gozo in Malta, to a place of poignant memory. For centuries, its western coast was graced by the Tjeca ta Dwedra, the azure window. It framed the deep blue Mediterranean, a sublime window onto the sea. Below, the blue hole offered a gateway, and divers discovered cathedral-like light. For years, geologists warned the arch was heavily eroded. Large pieces would occasionally fall. On March 8, 2017, a violent storm battered the coast and the arch collapsed. When the storm subsided, there was nothing left. An absence felt around the world. Yet nature continues. The remains form a new reef and its legacy endures in photographs and film. We venture now to a land of fire and ice, the black sand beach of Reynisfjara on Iceland's south coast. The black sand itself is ground basalt, evidence of a volcanic landscape. Rising menacingly from the turbulent North Atlantic are the sea stacks known as Reynisdrangar. They possess a haunting, almost gothic beauty. Iceland's wild spirit made stone. Folklore says the stacks were trolls turned to stone as dawn broke, a story born from their eerie forms. Scientifically, they result from erosion of headlands and the basalt that once formed Reynisfjall. The Atlantic pounds these shores with sneaker waves that can surge unexpectedly. This is a dangerous coastline. It commands respect. In summer, the cliffs bustle with puffins, guillemots, and fulmars, a vibrant contrast to stark rock. In winter, dusted with snow and ice, the stacks become otherworldly. To stand on Reynisfjara and gaze at these stone trolls is to feel the raw energy of the planet. Next, we travel to the elegant white cliffs of France. For our final wonder, we travel to Normandy, a landscape that has inspired artists for centuries. These cliffs were painted again and again by Monet, nature captured as living light. The three great arches, Porte de Val, Porte de Mont, and the Man-Porte, form natural doorways to the sea. Walk through Porte de Mont at low tide, or gaze through the Man-Porte keyhole. A close look reveals white chalk and dark flint layers, a story that goes back 90 million years. Chalk formed from microscopic coccolithophores when this land was a warm, shallow sea. The sea and weather sculpt cliffs. Undercutting collapses arches formed over millennia. Morning mist, bright midday sun, warm sunsets. Light transforms these cliffs into living surfaces. Maurice Leblanc made Les Guilles the Hollow Needle, cliffs that spark mystery and adventure. Walk the coastal paths, green grassy cliff tops plunging to turquoise channel waters. Monet's canvases and the cliffs themselves show nature's artistic potential, sublime elegance formed slowly and patiently, a reminder of deep history in rock and the beauty where land meets sea. A perfect final stop on our journey. Now, a final reflection on the wonders we've seen. Our journey has come to an end, but the wonder of these places remains, from weathered sentinels to haunting spires and elegant arches. These coastal rock wonders are storytellers, artists, and monuments to the immense passage of time. If you felt the pull of these places, if the sea stirred something in you, please subscribe. Join us as we continue exploring the marvels of our world together. Thank you for joining this awe-inspiring exploration. The music you heard is from a royalty-free studio music library used to keep this video ad-friendly. Until our next adventure, may you find wonder in the world around you. Thank you for watching.